Bazaar. The beloved daughter. Once upon a time, there was a very prosperous kingdom. Its king had two queens. One was called Ngwe Konde and the other was called Ngwe Lege. Ngwe Konde was the king's favorite, for she was very beautiful, but also arrogant and deceitful. Despite Ngwe Konde being the king's favorite, Ngwe Lege had a very beautiful daughter named Ilambe, whom the king loved above all. King Raborakinde loved Princess Ilambe so much that whenever he was absent, he left everything under her direction. One day, he wished to go on a long journey. As he was about to go, he gave all the directives on how to govern the kingdom in his absence to Princess Ilambe.
I trust you to be a capable ruler in my absence, my daughter.
While King Raborakinde was away, Princess Ilambe ruled with wisdom and empathy. Her tact and diplomacy attracted the admiration of many who now sought her hand in marriage. Time went on and Princess Ilambe continued in her role, ruling on behalf of the king. This made Queen Ngwe Konde very jealous.
One day, this shall come to an end.
Months passed and news came that the king had passed away. All greatly mourned for their king. Without wasting time, Queen Ngwe Konde proclaimed herself as the king's successor. Following the crowning ceremony, Queen Ngwe Konde sought to get rid of Princess Ilambe and her mother, Queen Ngwe Lege. One day, she decided to send for her best knight.
I want you to take Princess Ilambe deep into the forest and have her killed.
The next evening, the knight took Princess Ilambe deep into the dark forest. The poor girl sensed something was about to happen and started begging for mercy.
Please, great knight, do not kill me. What have I done? In what have I wronged you?
No mercy for you, princess.
The knight seized and dragged Princess Ilambe to the foot of a big tree, tied her to it, and left her to serve as a meal to the wild animals of the forest. Soon after the knight had gone, Princess Ilambe attempted to loosen the knots. She struggled for some time, but the knots were hard. Darkness came, and then she became very afraid. Finally, after a long effort, she got the cords loosened, but was weak and faint with hunger. Getting to her feet, she began to walk in any direction until at last she fell down the path.
This path, even if it does not lead me to any town, it might lead me to where I can see people.
Following the path, she came straight to a hamlet but was afraid to enter.
Perhaps the owners of this place are enemies to my father.
After a while, her belly rumbled very loudly, and she finally decided to knock on the door. No one opened, so she decided to let herself in. For the second time, her belly rumbled. She had not eaten for a long time, so she headed to the kitchen.
It is not very late, and I am very hungry. I will try to cook something, and I must be quick, for the owners might come and find me and kill me.
So she began to cook. After the pot had boiled, she took out a little of its contents and began to eat hurriedly. Once she was done cooking, she got clean dishes, put the food into them, and set them on the table. She also fixed the beds and dusted the furniture. Then she went out of the hamlet and hid herself in the bushes nearby. Soon after she had hidden herself there, the owners of the house came by. They were carpenters. They entered their house, and on the table there was food that was still warm.
Who has done us this good thing?
They looked around the house and in the backyard, and no one was there. So they all settled on the table and began to enjoy their meal.
Tomorrow we will find out the person who has done this. If it is a man, he shall become our brother. But if it is a woman, then none of us shall marry her. She shall be our sister.
At night, she did not enter the house, but fell asleep in the bushes. The next morning, the carpenters said amongst themselves,
Let's go to work, but we must return early. Perhaps we might be lucky to find out who this person is.
So, they went to their work, and as suggested, they all returned early on this day. Princess Ilambe was busy serving food on the table when they came in.
Please do not kill me.
Do not fear, my lady. You have done us no wrong. Who are you? And how did you get here?
I am Princess Ilambe, daughter of Queen Ingwelege. Queen Ingwekonde tried to kill me, but I managed to escape. I walked through the woods until I came across your house. I am so sorry for entering without permission. I was so hungry, so I came in and made some food for myself.
So you are a princess?
Yes, I am. Please do not send me back. I can cook and keep the house clean for you. Please just let me stay.
Alright, from now on you are our sister. We'll take good care of you.
Indeed, they took good care of her. Moreover, the carpenter's house had never been so clean before. They loved having Princess Ilambe live with them. Every morning, as they left for work, she would wave them goodbye. When they came back, lunch was already waiting for them at the table. While this was taking place at the palace, great news had arrived. The king whom all believed to be dead had returned. All were full of excitement. At last, the king learned about the loss of Princess Ilambe. For days he cried and cried until he could cry no more.
I should have gone with you, Princess Ilambe. I failed you.
You shouldn't blame yourself, my king. No one knew this would happen.
Queen Welege also had never been able to forget about the loss of her daughter. With every passing day, the king missed his daughter even more and saw himself drawing closer to Queen Welege as both shared the same sorrow. Queen Wekonde, of course, did not like this, but before she could even think of a plan on how to stop the situation from going any further, a soothsayer informed her that Princess Ilambe was still alive.
No, this cannot be. I must bring an end to this once and for all, before the king realizes that his daughter is still alive.
Immediately, Queen Wekonde transformed into a bat and went all over the kingdom, hunting down Princess Ilambe. At last, she found her, and this time she planned to kill her for good. One day, as the carpenters were leaving for work as usual, they warned Princess Ilambe.
Lately, we have been seeing a bat roaming about at noon. Be careful to always keep the door closed at that time.
Thanks for the warning. I will keep the door closed.
Princess Ilambe followed the instructions given to her by the carpenters and always kept the door closed at noon. One day, the carpenters went to work as usual, and the evil bat came at an unusual hour and met the door open. Getting in, Queen Wekonde regained her human form. As soon as Princess Ilambe saw her, she screamed for help, but no one could hear. Immediately, the evil queen blew forth a green potion towards her. As soon as Princess Ilambe inhaled the evil potion, she fell to the ground. Coming closer, the evil queen took advantage of her state and slid a poisonous pumpkin seed down her throat, which instantly rendered her lifeless.
Finally, I am done with you.
When the carpenters returned from their work, they found the princess lying on the floor. They rushed to her side and tried to revive her, but she had stopped breathing. For the whole day, they cried. The next day, they made a glass coffin and placed her in it, but refrained from burying it, for Princess Ilambe's body looked so lifelike and did not decay.
Oh, she still looks so beautiful. I wish we had come back earlier. Forgive us, princess.
So, together, they carried the coffin up a hill and kept it there. And daily, they went to look at her face, which was still very beautiful. One day, the carpenters heard that King Raborakinde had sent forth soldiers to look for the body of his beloved daughter. He wished to give the princess a worthy burial. Upon hearing this, the carpenters presented themselves at the palace and told the king all they knew.
Oh, my dearest daughter, why did I leave you all alone?
Do not blame yourself, my king. No one knew this would happen.
Just as both were crying, Queen Gwekonde came in, not knowing what had happened.
Guards, get hold of her. She is responsible for the death of the princess.
As soon as Queen Gwekonde tried to run away, the three carpenters encircled and blocked her.
You shall pay for what you did to our princess. You evil queen. If I were you, I will simply surrender.
Immediately, she transformed into a bat and tried to fly through the window, but one of the carpenters threw a net in the air and succeeded in capturing her. Finally, Queen Gwekonde was thrown into the dungeon, and though she screamed and yelled for mercy, no one took pity on her. Once this was dealt with, King Raborakinde, Queen Gwelege, along with the three carpenters, headed to the hamlet and then up the hill to see their daughter's body. As soon as the king's eyes met with the beautiful face of his beloved daughter, he placed his hands about her and pulled her towards him. Joining her own hands to the king's embrace, Queen Gwelege and the king squeezed Princess Ilambe so much so that the pressure of their embrace knocked out the poison pumpkin seed out of her mouth. Slowly, Princess Ilambe opened her eyes and looked at her parents.
Mommy, Daddy,
My beautiful daughter, I missed you so much.
Ilambe, oh my dearest daughter.
Oh, the carpenters were overcome with joy when they saw that Princess Ilambe was alive. It was a miracle. From this day on, Princess Ilambe returned to the palace to live with her parents, and the three carpenters were recruited amongst the king's royal escorts. Each was given large hectares of land, and all lived happily ever after. The end.